What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Clearance Camo Podcast. I'm your host, the Clearance Camo Hunter. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Today's really just going to be more of a update as opposed to any sort of stories. So stay tuned for that. But first, we're going to have a word from our sponsor, Tops Knives. Check them out at topsknives.com. Phenomenal knives. I have a few of them. Between me and my wife, we've got a few. And I'll say they're worth every penny. I've had a quick skin now for a couple of months. Haven't had a chance to use it until recently. I had to dispatch a couple of my pet ducks and can't let that go to waste. So use that quick skin for that. Very sharp. Worked well for what I was using it for. I'm not used to that sharp of a knife, and so when I made my initial incision, I actually cut into the breast because I'm used to taking care of my ducks with a dull kitchen knife, and so yeah, I might have cut into the breast a little bit, but that's all right. They'll still make great jalapeno poppers. And for those of you that say, who skins a duck? I skin a duck. I don't want to take the time to pluck all the feathers if I'm just going to eat the breast, which on these ducks, that was about the only meat that was worth anything. So, so the knives work well. They also have a podcast that they've been giving some knives away, so you can check that out at the Tops Daily Grind. It's available on, I believe, every streaming service that you can think of. So, yeah, check out the Tops Daily Grind if you want to get the lowdown on some of their knives. And you can possibly win one. So go ahead and check them out. Let's go ahead and jump right into today. So like I said, today's going to be more of an update on what's going on. So for those of you who don't know about my my channel here, it's a very small channel right now. I don't have the following of millions and millions of people, but even though I have a fairly small following, things are going to look up here soon. I have a live on Instagram coming out here soon with McMurray Hand Forged. So keep an eye out on his page for that on Instagram, McMurray Hand Forged. And I'll be on there, and we may record the podcast on the live, and so then it'll be available on here and on Instagram Live. So keep an eye out for that. We may end up just doing the live and then recording a podcast. I'm not quite sure exactly which direction we're going to go right now, but keep an eye out for that. And then next month, I have a very special guest, but I cannot tell you who it is until it is time, not because of their request, but because I want to make sure it's going to happen. So stay tuned for that, guys. It's going to be pretty exciting. That's going to be really, really awesome. I'll be in contact with that guy and his assistant over the week of the 4th of July, and so that's going to be really, really cool. And then I also have another special guest that's going to be on in September. I know we've talked about that. So stay tuned for that one. I'm really excited about these. They are people that you wouldn't expect necessarily to be on a show like mine, but I'm pretty excited. So stay tuned for that, guys. I have a couple more things in the works to have some other people on, some people that in the product world versus the actual usage world. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. I'm going to be pretty excited for what the future holds. I guess the best way for me to put it is I am beside myself with excitement. The people that are really close to me know who's going to be on the show, and they're really excited for it. So the one that's going to be on in July is going to be a little bit different. It's actually going to be a playback of our conversation, because the one in July and the one in September are going to be over a Zoom meeting. And so hopefully the audio quality works out well. Hopefully that everything there works out all right. That's because it's difficult for us to get together, especially where we live in two different countries, for the one that's happening in July. The one that's happening in September, he actually only lives about 3 hours away from my mother-in-law, but it's getting together for that. That may be the issue. So anyway, I'm really excited, guys. If you know anybody who wants to be on my podcast, you guys can shoot me an email at clearancecamo@gmail.com. I almost forgot. I have another special guest, actually quite a few special guests coming on this fall, and so we'll see how that goes. Actually, that one I'm going to be taking some guys duck hunting, and then we will do a podcast either while we're duck hunting or afterwards. Probably more so afterwards because, let's face it, there'll be too many distractions while we're duck hunting to actually form a conversation. So I'm really excited for what's going to be happening. Stay tuned. I got quite a few guests lined up. I'm really excited. I hope you guys get excited. If you guys would really do me a favor and share this podcast, get your friends to subscribe. It's free, so what do you have to lose? It doesn't hurt anything to be subscribed. It may hurt your feelings here and there to be listening, but it doesn't hurt your feelings to be subscribed. So, stay tuned. Please get your friends to subscribe to this. And on a separate note, but it has to do with duck hunting, Beaver Creek Game Calls just released a new duck call called the Patriot. It's a red, white, and blue duck call. Right now, they're running a limited run that it comes with a free hat. So you guys can check those out. If you want a coupon code, use the coupon code DUCK25, and you'll get 25% off your order. So, check that out for sure. Strongly recommend it. I actually have a couple of Beaver Creek game calls, duck calls, and I like them a lot. So, you guys, it won't hurt anything to try them out. So, I don't know. I guess if you have as many duck calls as I do, your wife may get mad if you buy another one. But tell her it was to show your patriotism. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for listening in. I know this was kind of a short episode. Didn't have any stories lined up for you. All I had was some exciting news about a lot of guests coming on. And so please help me out and subscribe and get your friends to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Once we get up to, I think we're going to just knock it down to 100 subscribers. So when we're at 100 subscribers, because I wanted to get more, but when we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to have a small giveaway. And so stay tuned for that. Not quite sure how we're going to do that because there's some legal things we got to get out of the way for the giveaway, but make sure that you get some people to subscribe so we can get that giveaway underway. I appreciate you guys and everything that you guys do. And as always, aim slow and shoot fast.